The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First down throw for Mayfield. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
To try again after the sack. Mayfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
A confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
6-yard pickup.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Intercepted.
So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage,
he rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Jackson from the shotgun. Now he'll escape to his into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield now. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off at the 23, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. A big play there by the rookie, an interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
3 and out. 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt.
For the Browns.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
That's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Second and 5 now. Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On the pickup.
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
They'll run with Chubb. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knock it on the door. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. From the 2 now, second and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
With the score.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's a first down throw that's complete and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
The score, Ravens 14, Browns 3. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From the gun, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
1st and 10.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
To throw again is Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Miles Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes.
Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 16, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Play fake, Mayfield. He'll take a shot here for Hooper. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if
blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Second down.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, open man is Higgins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Riley Harrison. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
2nd and 3.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Number 24.
Tavon Young in on the tackle.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
For Nick Chubb.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Justin Madubuike in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So that'll back him up 5. Here's Jamie Gillendown as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
The 33-yard line.
Jackson now. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. A gain of 6 there on first. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
1-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson flush to his right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tucker now to add the point after.
The extra point.
And it's 21-3.
Is good. Makes the score Ravens 21, Browns 3. Just Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
5-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Not much there, only a yard.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Mayfield now from the 50. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
At the 13-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete. Grant Delpit on the coverage.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Baltimore. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. Being chased out left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by John Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back near his goal line, here's Mayfield. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Mayfield on play action. Going deep here for Landry. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
it. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. He'll let it go deep. It got his man complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mayfield with it once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He finds Beckham complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he'll let one go. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Ravens 21.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical. As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nick Boyle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Ravens 28, Browns 10.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Mayfield off the play fake. Over the middle to Beckham. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Odell Beckham.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, Mayfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
And again, it's Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And it's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
To Austin Hooper.
Mayfield finding Hooper there for a Cleveland first.
5-yard line.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
8-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up. Now the ball comes loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Browns 10. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Baker Mayfield sacked. A loss of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Baltimore, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.